also is on, correct? And we'll-
Technically, you're gonna violate the law by having this. I hate to say it. If you look up, if you just call for, put on the brakes, look up the statute, if you do without giving proper notice, I always wait until the last 2 hours, because you've got up until the 2 hours to post. That way, if you change anything, I don't look until then. When I didn't see it up, I'm like, oh, come on, guys. Not only did I get blown off, but now I don't even know if there's anything
I
that
don't
I
see, I
want to
don't
come.
think it got blown off.
It did, but
It must have got,
opinion.
obviously, either misplaced, or I know not, right now it's busy with taxes coming in. I'm not making any excuses, but I'm sure that's what happened. I didn't talk to her, I gotta talk to her, so.
But you are going to violate the law if you do continue. If you don't take the time to at least look it up, that's pretty disrespectful, because you denied Mishicot the knowledge or the ability to see what is coming down the pipeline, and that's a very big thing. And if you proceed, you're going to violate that. You just said, you know what, we don't care if you guys didn't know, we didn't meet our criteria, and you continue, go ahead, I don't care either way. But this goes back. How many times has this happened that we proceeded without proper notice being given?
Okay.
A lot, and each one's a violation, guys. I've been telling these guys that along, I told him that outside. Like, every single time it's a violation, clean it up. Because if or when somebody comes through and wants to see the log books and all that stuff, they should be complete.
Right.
And if you can get up to snuff and up to par, there'd be less troubles.
Right.
And
Yeah,
that's what I was pointing towards, and I just,
What'd you say, the 1984 was the number?
95804.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you, because I've been looking that up, and I'm not seeing that that's an appropriate
Just go to 1984, and it'll cite it.
1984?
Yeah, the one before closed session. You go to
This-
closed
we're not
session,
closed- no, we're not in
no,
closed
the
session.
one before that.
Yeah.
You go to 1985, 1 for closed session, go to 1984, 1 and 2. Then it'll cite the requirements to meet the criteria to have the open meeting, or the, public notice, excuse me.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look it up because, I don't know.
Yeah,
Those aren't statutes that I,
most attorneys I talk to have no clue. This is,
so where did you find it, on the Wisconsin State Legislature? I mean,
they know where it is. It's 1984.
where did you find it? I'm curious, so I
I
can
got it
also
from
look at
the Attorney General, the Department of Justice's sites, the presentations they've given, all
Okay.
kinds of things.
Okay.
But it's the one right before you go into closed section, 1984, 1 and 2 dictates public notice. I don't like being like this, but we do have to be in compliance. We do. I mean, as we keep going on, I tried it the other way and everything like that. Now, you have to go one more step, otherwise you're gonna keep making violations. Because it'll say the media source selected. And we've been lacking that since Connie left. I mean, if you're unsure and proceed anyway, then, I mean, Mike should have been all over this.
Let's see if you should do it. That's the exception.
Oh, that's not good.
Did you read that over, Teresa?
Mm-hmm.
You find what he's looking at?
He referred to 1984, it says,
Which
Public notice.
subsection?
It'll say the media source. That gives people like myself a chance.
parentheses 2, every public notice of a meeting of a governmental body shall set forth the time, date, place, and subject matter of the meeting, including that intended for consideration of any contemplated closed session, in such form as is reasonably likely to apprise members of the public and the news media thereof. Let's see,
Notice of the meeting of the governing body may provide for a period of public comment.
and under parentheses 1B, by communication from the chief presiding officer of a governmental body or such persons designated to the public, to those news media who have filed a written request for such notice, and to the official newspaper designated under 985-4.04, which is what he's referring to, or if none exists, to a news medium likely to give notice in the area.
And that's where,
That's all
that
it
part is
says.
where I'm having the issue of, well, how was that met? And it hasn't been met for a while. And we just can't come to a terms. I've gone to board members, I've gone to her.
But that's hard to read, that.
It's an official media source, there's no skirting it. He's very clear.
It says
The
to a
Attorney
news
General
medium
is
likely to
very
give notice to the area, and you're posting it in 3 places.
We're still posted in 3 places, that's what I'm trying to, that's,
They're two separate requirements. The 3 places.
I don't read it that way.
Okay, go ahead then.
I don't read it that way. I guess I'd have to have our attorney look into it and give us the official reading on it. I don't know.
It says and, not or. Legalese is very, very specific. And means both.
And then it says, or if none exists, to a news medium likely to give notice in the area.
What was the news medium that we met?
It doesn't specify.
Well, then you tell me how you met that requirement, please. What was the news media besides, because the 3 places was above that, now we're covering the second section of it. The news media, can anybody tell me how that was met, please? Who, where, and how? And if it's not met, it's not met. It sucks. I mean, they got some crazy stuff in there. They really want a lot from you guys.
That's why we spend money on attorneys.
Well, he needs to be at these meetings like some of the other
We don't
attorneys.
have that kind of money. Unless you want your taxes going up, we can't afford to have an attorney sitting here at every meeting. We can't. I wish we could, but we can't. Yeah, I guess we'll have to sit down and talk to attorneys. I think that, to me, it's a gray area, but I don't know. Anybody else wanna read it?
I'd apologize, but I don't think I really need to, you know, we gotta be in
You
compliance.
don't have to apologize, you're just asking a question, that's fine. I mean, that's all we learn.
Exactly.
Rate it, when you're done with this, I don't know if anybody else wants to see it, we'll give that to Mike, send it out, email, and find out, have him determine that for us, and give us his determination.
I tell you, each violation falls on your shoulders because you can designate to somebody else, but it comes back and bites you in the butt.
Right.
And it's like $100 for each violation of this crap. It's like $100 plus attorney fees of the other person if it goes further and all this other crap. Let's just fix the problems and move on.
Well, that's what we're gonna try to do. Hopefully I can have an answer by tomorrow afternoon. and we'll let you know. Give me, you got an email I can email? I'll personally email if you want.
She's got it.
I don't,
Oh.
actually.
You got it, Granger.
I think they have this.
No, she got a new computer and everything was wiped out.
You wanna write it down, or?
Yeah, she's getting a pen.
Yeah.
right there.
Cool.